How you greet the dawn determines how the day greets you back, and how you meet each moment shapes the life you create. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about waking gently and living with deep intention. Enjoy. The way you wake up sets the tone for everything that follows, not just your morning, not just your day, but the very quality of your life itself. There's a profound difference between jolting awake in a panic of obligations and allowing yourself to emerge gently into consciousness with purpose and intention. This difference isn't just about comfort, it's about how you choose to meet your life. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how awakening gently creates the foundation for living intentionally, and how these two practices together can transform your entire relationship with each new day. Most of us have been conditioned to wake up in emergency mode. The alarm sounds like a fire drill, and we respond accordingly, launching ourselves into action before we've even fully returned to consciousness. We've accepted this jarring transition as normal, even necessary. But what if there was a gentler way to greet each day that actually made us more effective, not less? Awakening gently doesn't mean sleeping in or avoiding your responsibilities. It means honoring the sacred transition from sleep to wakefulness, treating it as the important threshold it truly is. When you awaken gently, you're acknowledging that you're moving from one state of being to another, and that this transition deserves your attention and respect. This gentle awakening might begin before you even open your eyes. Instead of immediately calculating how much time you have or what you need to accomplish, you can take a moment to simply notice that you're returning to consciousness. You can feel gratitude for the rest you've received. You can acknowledge the gift of another day beginning. When you awaken gently, you create space for intention to emerge naturally. Instead of being driven by external demands from the moment you wake up, you give yourself the opportunity to connect with your own inner guidance about how you want to approach the day ahead. This isn't about elaborate planning or complex goal setting. It's about allowing your deeper wisdom to inform your daily choices. Living intentionally flows naturally from this gentle awakening. When you start your day connected to your own center, you're more likely to make choices throughout the day that align with your values and serve your well-being. You're less likely to get swept away by the urgency of others or the pressure of circumstances. Intention isn't about forcing outcomes or controlling every detail of your day. It's about bringing conscious awareness to your choices, both large and small. It's about asking yourself not just what you need to do, but how you want to be as you do it. Do you want to approach your work with creativity or just get through it? Do you want to be present in your conversations or just go through the motions? The beautiful thing about living intentionally is that it doesn't require you to change your entire life overnight. It simply asks you to bring more consciousness to the life you're already living. You can approach the same tasks, the same relationships, the same challenges with a different quality of presence and purpose. This intentional approach to living becomes easier when you've started your day gently, when you haven't shocked your nervous system awake, when you've given yourself time to transition mindfully from sleep to wakefulness. You're operating from a place of greater calm and clarity. You're more likely to remember your intentions throughout the day because you've created them from a place of peace rather than panic. Gentle awakening and intentional living also support each other in a beautiful cycle. When you live with intention during the day, you're more likely to end your day with a sense of satisfaction and peace, which supports better sleep. Better sleep supports gentler awakening, which supports more intentional living. Each element strengthens the others. You might wonder how to make this shift in a world that seems to demand immediate action and constant urgency. The key is to remember that you have more control over your mornings than you might think. You can choose to set your alarm 5 minutes earlier to allow for a gentler transition. You can choose to keep your phone away from your bed so that your first moments belong to you rather than to external demands. You can also practice micro-intentions throughout your day. Before you start your car, you might set an intention to drive with patience. Before you enter a meeting, you might intend to listen with genuine curiosity. Before you prepare dinner, you might intend to find joy in nourishing yourself and others. These small moments of intention can transform ordinary activities into meaningful practices. The goal isn't perfection. Some mornings you'll wake up gently and feel deeply connected to your intentions. Other mornings, you'll hit the snooze button 3 times and stumble into your day. Both experiences are part of being human. The practice is about returning to gentleness and intention whenever you remember, without judgment about the times you forget. As you prepare for tomorrow morning, consider this. What would it feel like to wake up as if you were greeting a dear friend? Because in many ways, you are. You're greeting the day, you're greeting your life, and most importantly, you're greeting yourself. When you awaken gently and live intentionally, you're treating all of these relationships with the care and respect they deserve. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.